Excusez-moi, monsieur. Allez, bon.
C'était trop cool de te voir.
Ouais, de ouf, ça m'a fait
Tu
trop
reviendras la
plaisir.
prochaine fois?
Bah oui, avec plaisir.
I loved the Sims game framework that made me spring to life. I loved even the movement of them as you're choosing your player. Really brilliant. And they executed this concept so successfully down to the detail of the stress bar or the danger bar. And it's a very relatable concept of, am I going to get home, and constantly checking behind your back, and that moment right before you put the key in and close the door. Mission accomplished. And it's always a running joke with friends. Text me when you get home. And we laugh. Oh, yeah, sure, I will. You're half asleep. And the minute your head hits the pillow, you're gone. The thoughts of a text message are long gone. But this really gamifies that concept in a way that was still very real and very threatening and concerning. But the juxtaposition of the game format made it playful and created almost like that sense of irony, which I think is important to create some levity with a topic like this, um, and allow us to see it in a new light, a new perspective. So I thought the music and the soundscape really added to that adrenaline rush underneath, that drive of scrappiness, and with that mission to move forward.
I think the video game VFX looked really cool. I thought it was really dope. It definitely felt like a first person like view type of like Grand Theft Auto setup, and I thought that was really cool. I kind of liked the overall idea of how it's just not safe for women to be alone in public, and that's the unfortunate truth about it. I don't know what she was saying because it was in French and there weren't subtitles, but I was like kind of semi catching what was being said. And I thought that the song did very well to build the fear and suspense throughout the entire piece. I thought that was really good. I also think that overall the actress did really well. I thought it was really cool. And I think the overall video game effect of it feeling like a game for these people, but it's not a game for us, was really cool.
I had a creative conceit that worked quite well. I have experience as a gamer myself, so I thought that the aesthetic was maintained in a way that was quite true to the original medium, and sort of had a very meta feel about the nature of reality and the nature of real life that I thought was an interesting exploration using video games as a construct, but still playing it out within a real world setting and sort of reflecting everyone feeling like the main character of their own game within their own life stories. So I thought the piece had a good sense of self-awareness towards that approach, which allowed the premise to work quite well. And I thought it had a great cinematic approach with the long takes that I thought created a very grounded feel that was a good counterbalance to the game aesthetics.
Really does a good job of encapsulating that feeling of stranger danger. And I found it so unique that it was told in the form of a free roaming sandbox video game. I found that to be really cool. And there was so much attention to detail of all the different mechanics. If this were a game, what would the mechanics be? I liked that the temperature was basically that sense of whether you were in danger, that anxiety. And I like that it plays with the factor of the unknown. Some of the people in this circumstance, in the scenario, were bad eggs. But then you had the hooded man at the end where you think that he's about to kidnap her, but he just walks past. He was no threat, but when you're in that situation, you don't know that. And I think it did a good job of encapsulating, again, the stranger danger. There's so many unknowns. If you're walking home late at night, you have no idea what's going to happen. And then I also liked the message of, you're a lot safer when you're with a group. So that was, yeah, I loved everything about this one.
Using something that scary and realistic and combining it with a video game, I thought was very interesting and creative. Picking the person who I liked the avatar selection in the beginning. And I just like the cinematography and the cool camera work with following her, making it feel like you are her and putting yourself in her shoes. I like that a lot. I like the rhythm of the song. And just the fear of, you know, we all say get home safe, text me when you get home. And then what happens between then and the time you get home. It was very well done. And I think the tone of the music and the build-up kind of took you along that ride as well and what she was feeling. And I liked how, you know, different selections were coming up as she was on her walk. Like, how do I react in these situations? So I thought it was really well done, and it really does show what we go through. And do we go down that alley or not? You know, do we take a longer walk and go the safer ways?
Really love this. I thought this was really, really intriguing. I loved the build of it. I loved the kind of almost video game feel to it. I thought that was really, really creative, really, really clever. But then I loved how the music kind of built into the story too, and it started off not being there at all, and then it got more and more intense as it was going, and it became this full-fledged, you know, kind of music, and, you know, it stayed really intense, and I really, really loved that. As, you know, a woman that has, in fact, walked around a city at night, alone, or, you know, back to your car, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, having awareness of your surroundings, having this kind of, you know, anxiety or fear that lives just in the back of your mind when you're, you know, doing normal things. I really loved this because I personally related to it. And then obviously, you know, you finally get home and you text whoever you were with. You know, you have your specific group of friends like, oh, I'm home safe now, like, and it's just a normal part of your life. It's a normal part of your day. So I really, really loved this. I thought the feel of it was really, really cool. I loved, like I said, I loved the kind of video game feel and setup to the video. I thought that was really, really clever and really, really creative. And then I loved everything afterwards too. I loved the music. I thought it was really intense and, you know, really kept me present. And then, you know, the story itself.
I love the stylistic choices in the music video and how it was presented as a dating app in the beginning. I also love how the video is inclusive from all backgrounds, and as the character is moving along the streets, she comes up towards the rest of the characters and helps them along. The vocals were great, it felt very calm and collective, and made for a much better watch of